Good morning, everyone. Myself Shashank, and we have our group mates Jati and Nilamika. And today we are discussing one of the most significant Supreme Court judgments in India, Indian Young Lawyers Association versus State of Kerala, commonly known as the Sabarimala case. So this case revolved around the entry of women into the Sabarimala temple in Kerala. So where women of menstruating age, like around 10 to 50 years, were traditionally barred. So the Young Lawyers Association challenged this practice, arguing that it violated fundamental rights under the constitution. Let's first understand the background. The Sabarimala temple is dedicated to Lord Ayappa and believed to be a celibate deity. The Travancore Devasthanam Board, which manages the temple, justified the restriction as an essential religious practice. However, the petitioners contended that it discriminated against women based on their biological characteristics. So, this case raised critical constitutional questions like, does the ban violate women's rights under Article 14 and Article 25? Article 14, like the equality, and Article 25 is freedom of religion. So, first thing was that point to be noted, and this case also raised questions like, can religious traditions override fundamental rights? And is a temple's restriction an essential religious practice? So, to answer these questions, let's hear about the arguments presented, and it will be presented by Nilamika, and she'll be continuing on. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Shashank. Now let's look at the arguments from both sides and landmark ruling. The petitioners argued that the ban violates Article 14, that is, right to equality, by discriminating against women based on gender. Article 25 is the right to religion. This is subject to constitutional morality, meaning religious practices cannot violate fundamental rights. The restriction was not an essential religious practice, as there was no textual evidence proving that Lord Ayappa required such a rule. On the other hand, the responders, uh, that is state of Kerala and Travancore Devaswam Lord, defended the ban, stating that it is based on religious tradition and essential to the temple's custom. The restriction does not violate equality because women are not barred from Hindu temples in general. Only in Sabarimala, due to Ayyappa's uh, celibacy vow, the court should not interfere in religious matter as part of Article 26. Article 26 is the right to manage religious affairs, and the Supreme Court delivered a historic 4 is to 1 verdict, that is, the ban was unconstitutional, and Chief Justice Deepak Mishra Justices Nariman Chandrachud and Khanwilkar ruled against the ban, stating that the custom was discriminatory and did not form an essential religious practice. And last one is Justice Hindu Malhotra dissented, arguing that courts should not interfere in religious matters unless there is a clear harm to constitutional values. This judgment allowed women of all ages to enter the Sabrimala temple, but its impact sparked intense debate across the country. Next, will Dhriti will continue next. Impact
Yeah,
and
thanks.
conclusion.
Thanks, Neelambika. So I would like to give the impact of both the views provided by my teammates. So this ruling was a landmark moment for gender equality, but it also led to major protests and legal challenges. After the judgment, violent protests erupted in Kerala. Many devotees opposed the verdict, arguing that courts should not interfere in religious customs. The Kerala government supported the ruling, while some religious groups sought a review. In 2019, the Supreme Court referred the case to a larger bench, linking it to other religious freedom cases like the entry of women in mosques and the practice of female genital mutilation. This means the final legal positions is still evolving. The Sabrimala case highlights key constitutional principles, which I would refer right now. One would be equality versus religious freedom. Can religious customs override gender equality? And another one would be judicial overreach versus social realm. Should courts dictate religious practices? And a final one would be women's rights versus traditions. Balancing fundamental rights with faith-based practices would be relevant in this scenario. So while the judgment was a victory for gender justice, its implementation remains controversial. It sparked a nationwide conversation about the role of religion in a secular democracy. So yeah, these were my point of views. So thank you for your time, and please share this video as much as possible to spread the information, and like and share. Thank you.
Post your thoughts in the comment section. So
Yeah,
yeah, thank you.
thank you.